Well, hey team, welcome into the vlog this week. I think this might have been the biggest week of sales we have ever had in the store. It was amazing. In the vlog this week, we take a look at those sales and a few different deals. Also some order drama. So catch up with more of that. And also at the end of the video, we announced the giveaway from our video 2 weeks ago. So make sure you stick around for that. And while you're here, hit a like on that video, comment below, and make sure you subscribe. Let's get into the vlog. We are Kiwi Brick Exchange, a Bricklink seller located in Wellington, New Zealand. We resell on Bricklink and BrickOwl, and these videos will provide you a behind-the-scenes look into our systems and processes. It's a rather gloomy Sunday to start the vlog this week, and we have a bit of a strange happening in the store. You remember from last week we had the bulk lot that we bought through TradeMe, or 2 weeks ago rather, that we mentioned to you. And what was quoted in the photos and things was just not what turned up. We're missing a whole bunch of base plates, which the seller did acknowledge, and there are a whole bunch of issues. And so, because there's so much non-Lego and things that weren't sort of mentioned in the auction, I just asked for a refund and was happy to ship them back, as you can see. And over the weekend, we've had a bit of a development, and I can't actually share the full details, but basically the sellers made personal threats and getting a bit frustrated with the process. I'm just doing what I've been told from TradeMe, and they have processed a refund for me, and now we're just trying to sort out how we're getting this back so that, number one, I'm not out of pocket, and so everyone is happy. But just goes to show, for every 99 nice person you meet through these things, there does seem to be that one. And so, unfortunately, we've hit that one in this case. Some rather interesting comments, but can't mention too much on that. And we're going to swing around to the store now, because on the flip side of things, it's been a very busy last couple of days for orders. Not any particular large orders, but 9 in total, and 37 lots, 224 items. And, you know, even though they are small orders, that $147 of sales value does creep up really well. You can see our sales per day are up. And all this is through Brick Freedom, which is a really cool software to use. But average sale is down, which is kind of understandable. We did have a couple of orders as well that ordered and then didn't want to complete the transaction, and so one was going to Aussie but didn't want to pay shipping, which was understandable, and another one was a local customer who I think bought one of our new D&D figures and then realized there was probably a cheaper option. We're not trying to be the cheapest and click those through. These are going to be ones to hold on to for the long term, and add on to orders, and I think people appreciate being able to add on a figure to an order and save on shipping and things. So that's definitely what we're thinking of for this week. And you'll see the desk is a little bit messy because we just got back yesterday, and a couple of those containers that we mentioned in last week's vlog, and hope you enjoyed that. Also, as part of this week's vlog, we're going to be doing the reveal of the winner for our Brickhead sets just over there, and you'll see that up here it's got a little bit more space here because in about a month or so we do have a guest coming to visit for a bit of time. So this is going to be turning into our bedroom. So the grand plans we say, of 2 shelving units is going to be on hold for the moment. So I think what I'm going to do for expansion is think about adding some more containers in here, or maybe even run a sale. So if you're watching this week, you may have already seen the sale, because I'm thinking in a day or two just to run a bit of a sale, just to move through some inventory and clear up some space in the store. So we get to pack in those orders and catch up with you in a bit. And we've just managed to sell both of these sets through Marketplace. No fees, which was awesome, and sold within a week. We did tweak the price slightly of our initial listing, but really happy with both of those. One's actually going in the post today because it's already been paid. The other one will be paid next week as well. So it does go to show that if you do get a bulk lot that has sets already set up, just taking that time to sort through the pieces and getting a quick sale is really good, because, I mean, the pieces for this one, I think sold for sort of double what we sold the set for, and this one is slightly under double. So, you know, if you're thinking about that quick turnaround on pieces and parts, it's a nice way of getting that and keeping the cash flow going in, and now we can reinvest that into something else. So definitely thinking about that kind of idea for the future. Normally if it's about 3 or 4 times a part out for a used set, then we will look at doing that. But I think, yeah, having all the pieces there, particularly in the condition it was, with the instructions, made for a nice sale. I just realised about 7 or 8 orders in that I hadn't filmed any of them, and they're all packed away. So here's one for you, which is a lovely Dinosaur Raptor Velociraptor from Jurassic series, going out to somebody in Hamilton, along with some classic minifigure heads. And just one thing we mentioned last week is when we were looking at bulk parts that we're adding to the store by colour, we were pulling out all of the ones with stickers, and 2 of these auctions have sold on TradeMe as well. And going out to a local pickup tomorrow, which is awesome. So I think we'll keep doing it this way. Seems to be a lot quicker, grabbing a container like this and just selling them as a bulk lot. Now we're just sorting through a number of minifigures from a recent bulk haul that we've just picked up today, and by we I mean the old man picked up on his way down. Some really nice minifigures. We've got series collectible sets. There's Star Wars. There's a whole bunch here. But we're just looking through and a little bit concerned about a couple like this one here. Looks really good, but there's no Lego printing on any of the torso, head, helmet, or legs. And I just don't know 100%. So we're kind of making a little pile off to the side. It also includes this one here, which is Drax from a 2014 set. You can see there's a bit of wear, and the printing on the torso is either gone or was just never there in the first place. But hard to show on the camera, but if that's an actual figure, it's $45, $50, but I just don't think it's a real one. So we're going to have to do a bit of double checking, I think, with that one. But massive bulk lot there. This one here and the other tub over here, if I zoom you over. And this is the bag just of minifigures. So definitely a really good haul. Some really nice figures here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles things. But whether they are all there and all real is another question. So we'll get back to you with a bit of an update on how much value we find. Some nice finds here. We've got a Series 14 Fly Monster. A tiny bit dirty, but in pretty good condition. However, while these all look like legitimate figures from afar, when you pull off the torsos and have a look at everything, I think these are all copies. So a little bit disappointing that we were expecting these. If these were all legitimate figures, that is $250 of value. So you can see why people try to do copies of these, but not quite what we want. So definitely still working through these tubs here. Got a couple of bits of non-Lego on the top, but mostly okay, in good condition. And I'm just identifying a few more. We've got some Owen Grady here, and a couple more figures, and a big giant pile that we have identified already of lots of different figures, including a lovely Chewbacca here. And we also had one somewhere, if I just find it for you, which is Santa Jango Fett. Just missing the helmet, which will be somewhere in the lot. So in a fairly good condition for its age. So more sorting, more finding some really good things. And we've hit what we refer to in the Bricklink business as Lord of the Rings gold. We've just found the torso and the legs of or dress rather, of a Galadriel. And this one here is of an Elrond. And that set alone is the Witch King battle from 2014. Set 79015, and a used one went for $103. So the minifigures in it are great minifigures as well. Only thing I'm a bit worried about is finding the capes for them, but really nice find in that set there, and we are in full work mode. And someone's got to sleep on this bed tonight.
Maybe I won't sleep.
He's just going to roll around in it, let's be honest. It's just what we do. Alright, on to some more sorting. Alright, we're getting down to the dregs of what we've managed to sort so far. Just a couple more items that I thought would be of interest. We've got a Naboo here, a Tatooine, an Endor, and I believe a Death Star. So some nice Star Wars ones. Again, mentioning some Lord of the Rings gold, which we hit before. But heaps and heaps of minifigures. These are all Star Wars ones that we're trying to find things for. A hat for a Bespin guard. A couple of different sets here. Such a variety. Some more Star Wars. And we've managed to get the 3 tubs into one. And that is absolutely chocker. So that's 60 litres of bulk. So I am looking forward to getting a good valuation on this pretty shortly. But I'd say we've got about 4 or 5 times what we paid, which is what we aim for. We've just finished picking the order for 52 lots and 599 items. And one of the nice things about the Brick Freedom program is that you can get a timer up that shows you how long it takes you to pick and order. And I think we did this one in about 26 or 27 minutes, which is pretty good. We normally aim for about 100 lots an hour in terms of the picking quantity. And it was fairly bulky pieces, and we've got those all ready to go. Lots of 2x2 bricks, some new tiles, and things there. So that's going to be going in the post today, along with 10 other orders. As we said, it was been a busy weekend. And we just had another box of D&D minifigures turn up in the mail today. And the reason we got this one is the seller was on Marketplace saying that he had bought a bulk box and there were no Dragonborn Paladins in them. So this one just here. But he hasn't opened them all. He just scanned them. So I'm hoping that it was just a scanner issue. So we're going to scan through these and see if it's accurate. And hopefully we get another full set turning up. These are only $4 each as well, so an absolute steal in my mind. So we went ahead and bought them. It is Monday night in the store, and we've done a massive pivot because you'll see the desk has no longer got the sorted colour. I was getting sick of sorting it by colour. So I have gone and tipped out all the minifigures from our recent haul. And we've done a little bit of sorting already and uploaded some parts. But I just noticed this one here, which is Star Wars 0611, which is a Bespin guard, and it definitely seems like it's got the gold trim. The head looks pretty good, and it only comes in one set, and if it's the set that I'm hoping it is from, we are in for some big money, people. This is a great find. The original Slave one, I believe, if we can bring it up, yep, that's the used value. So we'll see if we can find all the pieces. Even just the carbon or the Han Solo one there, I believe goes for really good money. So this is a great find. Hopefully we've got a lot of the parts from it, and so we're going to sort through the rest of these tonight and get them in the store. I just want to take this time in the video to talk about a bit of a channel update, and we've been really amazed with the speed and the progress that we've had over on YouTube. And it's really cool to announce that this week we have reached the threshold for monetization, essentially, but channel members. And what we're trying to think with this is providing you guys with a little bit more of a deep dive into different topics, things like revenue and sales, stuff that we kind of can't just put out to everybody, but things that we do want to share with people who are interested. And so what we're going to be doing is over the next sort of couple of weeks, starting to think about some different types of videos, which I said, like a more of a deep dive. We're going to be looking at our numbers for our first year on Bricklink, really going into some of the sort of accounting behind that. That's my background before I went into teaching. And so a little bit of the understanding behind that, and seeing if we can sort of find any information that could be useful for people either starting out with a Bricklink store or what's worked well for us. And so the way you can do that is by joining and being a member of the channel. We're thinking about different perks and things for it. And so those will be released over the next couple of weeks, and really excited about what we can do with it. And it's a great way for those people, and I've had a lot of people reach out asking how they can support the channel. You know, they might be a long way away, and it's a really big part of it. Basically, the more people that support it, the more I feel encouraged, I guess, to do more video content. And so hopefully that's helping you guys out there. So if you are interested, just below the video there should be a button that starts to appear over the next week or so that says join. And if that's something you want to do, then please do. We're thinking about also adding things on, like giving you access to our spreadsheet tracker, some systems and things. We've got a nice Lego Pick-a-Brick video as well that is a little tip that I've got that I use in the store, but not something I want to really share too widely, but I think could be something quite nice for channel members. And if you haven't already, make sure you like the video below. It does really help us. Comment some feedback or let us know what you're up to. And make sure you subscribe to the channel as we push towards that 1,000 mark as well. So Tuesday morning, and we've just dropped some orders off at the post shop and are working through these minifigures again. And this is a nice little way of organising them, stop them rolling around. You can also put them in the middle of some bricks, and we've got a bit of a setup there. But we're out in the lounge today, hanging out and watching some movies. So thought we'd get to do some things. And we
also building a tent fort.
Yes, also building a tent fort. But we have found an amazing find here. This is Butch Cavendish from the Lone Ranger series, and just the headpiece with the hair alone is $16. So it's about a $20 minifigure, just missing the legs, which is probably in the bulk lot. So we're keeping it in a partially completed box there. And any parts that we can't find things for, we're leaving in there as well. So some really good value. And a couple of older Star Wars minifigures here. And that value's creeping up. I think we found about $320 already. And we're only sort of halfway through the minifigures. So more sorting to come. Just thought I'd share sales from the last week. It was a really good one. And some things about the Brick Freedom software that I really like using is this number here, which is average sale. And ideally, we're wanting to push that up and up because every parcel that you're packing is time. And ideally, we're just doing one parcel for many pieces in a high value order. The other one we're trying to push up is obviously this one here, so adding more things to the store. And what we're going to be doing is releasing a video doing a big full breakdown, and that'll be available to channel members only, just because it goes into some pretty good detail, I would say, of numbers. We're going to look at inventory turnover in the first year, see if we can find any correlation between parts in the store and orders, trends or anything like that. And hopefully give you a good behind-the-scenes look into what the first year will be like. We are going to do a bit of an overall sort of general year video as well, selling on Bricklink. And so those will hopefully be coming out both this month. They're going to be a little bit higher quality than the vlogs, which will be good for you guys, but it will take me a little bit longer to film. But really nice to see 4 BrickOwl orders. And if we're getting 4 BrickOwl orders a week, while the value isn't great, it is meaning that we are going to keep BrickOwl open. And so every time I seem to curse BrickOwl for not coming through with orders, we seem to pick those up. So come on, BrickOwl, 53.22 is not enough. But again, really good ideas for a store because it tracks both new and used and parts of minifigures. You can just kind of see an overall view of how things are going. And our store is sort of half and half. And so we would expect that half would be selling. And if I saw that most things would be selling for used, I would probably say that my used pricing is either too good or maybe my new pricing is too high. And so just some of these quick checks can kind of give you an idea of how things are going. And to have 12 Bricklink orders, but have $431 of value was really, really awesome. And similarly, this is also good for restocking. Obviously, we know dark bluish, grey and black sell out very, very regularly, but having things like dark red and tan going quite a bit just means that we might be a little bit low. And so being aware of sets that might include some of these to restock parts as well. And that is what we like to see. Things going up. A lot's ticking along, but we have had a bit of a drop from items, as we've said, because we've had just lots of orders. But this is really nice to see, going from the 28th of the last month and really jumping up sort of 2,000. But it is staying quite steady, which means we are getting things in the store, but they are selling. So some really cool stuff here on Brick Freedom. And if you're not already using it, I'm going to also do, in the not too distant future, a bit of a breakdown on how things work. We are hitting the minifigure finds this week. This one here is Ultra Agents 011 Toxicita. And that one there, in the last 6 months, has an average of 25 New Zealand dollars. So we are absolutely raking it in at the moment, people. While we're watching Richie talk about the Relics exhibition in Auckland. Didn't quite get to that this week, or last week rather. But really cool exhibition, and hopefully down our way in Wellington in the not so distant future. Not sure what I'm going to do with this container though. These are all part built minifigures, and I'm wondering whether I make a bit of a wanted list, because there's just things like capes missing. What's this? Chewbacca needs some reddish brown hands, which I could not find any of. So I might have to raid some of my bulk, or we might think about actually finishing off these figures, because there's some really good quality in here. And just missing 1 or 2 parts. So it might be worth actually making a bit of a wanted list and completing all those. We are hoping, though, that the parts for those are actually in the big bulk haul as well. And if we pan around, we found a home for the sign, which is taking up too much space on my desk. But it is where it is. And we're just hiding things, really. I think this is what you need as a Bricklink store. You just need places to hide what you're doing, so it looks like you're being more efficient than you are. Because I'm still yet to find anyone that doesn't have a messy desk at times. So more sorting, more getting these into the store. We're getting some good value though. It's Wednesday afternoon at the store and we have had a cracker of a start to the day. We've put up a sale for 20% off minifigures and parts, and as you can see we've already had about $500 coming in and it's only 1:30. So we're doing a one-day sale, bit of a celebration for 1 year on Bricklink. So that's really good. So I don't know how much we're going to get of the minifigures into the store today. Looks like it's just going to be a lot of packing. And the nice thing for this one here as well is it's all bank transfers, so we're not having to do any fees. And I think that's one thing that some people don't like doing, because it sort of takes time to automatically correct things, but you know, saving you fees. So I'm happy with that. So we'll definitely pack the one that's been paid and have a quick check to see if any others can be changed to paid, and we'll get them packed and in the post. Just want to give a bit of a shout out to Andy as well, who watches the channel, which is awesome. Thank you very much for that. And thank you for the lovely order, which has some awesome parts in this one here. We've got the blueprints pattern here, some Batman animals, a Din Grogu, Baby Yoda, Scurrier, some jewels, one of the new dragons from the new Dungeons and Dragons minifigure series line. They are awesome. One has been commandeered by mini Kiwi Brick Exchange and is no longer in the store. We've got a couple of clone trooper, a couple of jokers, Steve, Cole, some great minifigures going out here, and great to get these turned over because our bags are getting rather full, and I didn't really want to go organise them like you saw in the last week's vlog. My old man has a much better system than I do currently. The Ishnaw, I believe that she just went in yesterday, which was really awesome. That's already sold. So is that Jay. So a number of these are actually ones that we put in straight away, and great to see them moving. And here is the best order of the day. This is just 46 of the 62 lots. These are our used minifigures going out. We've got a whole bunch of Minecraft, awesome figures here, villager, skeletons. We've got a Splinter, I believe, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a great find in a bulk haul. We have the one that we showed you earlier in the vlog, which was the Lone Ranger. And we have Santa Boba Fett is also being sold already, along with a number of different minifigures. So a really, really good haul here. I'm actually splitting this all over the floor, so I'm going to make sure that I get this packed up, because you don't want to miss anything. And also some dinosaurs and Iron Man in there as well. So really good order. Big thank you for this one. I've just got back from sport tonight, and we have 12 orders yet to ship, 2 more to pay, and some really, really nice value. Really, really happy with these orders all coming through with our sale today. And so we've got a lot of packing. Unfortunately, the curse has struck, and I have picked up another injury. I had my ankle stomped on tonight, and have rather fat cankles, as we call them over here. So this is going to be fun for picking, because I'm going to have to be moving around a little bit and sort of sitting at a desk rather than lying down, which I am currently. We just finished packing the order for 453 items, 154 lots. And this week we've been looking a little bit at how much time we're taking to pick lots. So to pick 150 odd lots in about 40 minutes is a really good time. And means we've been fairly efficient. And this is probably the most multicoloured order I've ever received. Some really cool parts in here, stuff that I even forgot I had in the store, including this lovely droid topper, it's telling me, with a bit of Christmas pattern, and lots of really good parts. And it's going to be actually going out to Australia. So thank you very much for the order. And if the person is watching, so Joshua, then please reach out. I'd love to know what you're actually building with this. As I said, there's lots of cool, interesting little things going on in there. And we're starting to see some of this in the store, which is what we love to see. And a great tip last week from Remco, thank you very much for the tip, was that when you're getting a drawer that is empty or needs to be filled, as we can see with this one here, to actually stick a little red dot or something on the back of it and push it in backwards. Who would have thought? What a simple idea. I mean, even that is enough for me, But it does, obviously, with the red dots, make it a little bit easier. The only thing I would say with this one is if you push it the whole way in, it does make it very difficult to get out. So if these drawers had another little lip like this or something, so I wonder if we can add something onto them. Don't know if it's probably worth doing now or whether we just, as I said, have something pushed out a little bit. But yeah, really good idea. It's going to take me an age to get that out with one hand. But really good idea and something to consider doing if you are working through your store. It's an early Friday morning in the store and we have a rather large bit of picking today. We have 5 orders containing 472 lots and 1,990 items. These are mostly orders for pickup. We tried to get all the ones out yesterday in the post. And so we're going to work through those this morning. Meanwhile, if we swing you around this way, we've managed to condense the big bulk haul that we got over the weekend into one container. This was a rather nice purchase and I'm pretty happy with it. And the lady was really nice on Marketplace and gave us a bit of detail. Said it was from 90s and we were searching through the minifigures. Just could see such a big mix, so really interested to see what kind of parts are in here. Already found things like something, trying to look for it. It's not here at the moment, but things like these type of motors or and one of them was actually $30, so that was really good. I think we might have shown you that as well, but Dad had started to sort through some things, pulling out axles and wheels and things, and so we might start digging into this one here. And if there's anything super exciting, we will get back to you and show you. We've just had some gift with purchases turn up from a pick-a-brick order that we put through. We've got set 40697, the Lego Halloween Creator set with the light brick. Very cool set. We're going to be putting these up on Marketplace. We have a Micro Ninjago docks, which is set 40704, and that came under the Insider Points, and the 40728 Bright Bomber Fortnite brickheads. So we're going to be putting these up on Marketplace and see how they do. It does make a nice affordable way to do a pick-a-brick. Just picking through this order for 141 lots, 823 items, and just notice that we do not have an AL08 any of what should be there. If it's such a good run, I think I've done probably about 5 weeks of orders and no errors. Yeah, not so much there. And so I was a bit concerned, thinking I was going to have to refund the buyer for that one. Then I remembered I've got my sorted bulk. And so I just had a quick look through these parts here, which are fence parts and openings. And would you believe it? We've got 3 in there. So that was a great find. Helps, obviously, then we don't have to refund the buyer those parts. But just goes to show having that sorted bulk in tubs like this makes a big difference. Also want to give a bit of a shout out. We like giving shout outs on the channel to the Brick Shed, say a Bricklink seller over in Australia, and they've just started their vlog. So we're actually watching this one while we are picking. So great to see more Bricklink sellers giving some content. We've talked previously through how we organize containers, so in terms of a 2-letter code and then a 2-digit number code, but I just thought some of the thinking that goes into actually then organizing it. And what I'm trying to do with this here is maximize the volume that each container has. Obviously it's a quite thin container, but at the same time I don't want to make it too ridiculous. And you've got to kind of be thinking about, if there's a tiny little piece at the bottom of this, as there seems to be in this container here, the time it takes you to dig through and pick it out could have just been easier to put it in a completely new lot. The other things to think about is things like bricks, and I didn't think about it when I was putting these in, are going to be quite bulky, and as you can see, overflowing into other parts. And we don't want to be spending our time moving from one drawer to another. We really want to be only going here when we're picking. And so that's just some thought into this process. So things like minifigure parts are a really good one to put in this, smaller parts that we can kind of combine in. And ideally in each individual location, we're not having multiples of the same color. That doesn't always happen. In fact, sometimes I've found I've put 3 of the same color in, but a good rule of thumb is that we haven't done that. A couple other things as well is sometimes the minifigure itself, say you've got 3 of the 4 parts, or, a head and a torso, that often sells together. So having them stored in the same location does go to make it a little bit of a quicker pick, and so something we look at doing when we're uploading as well. Are you going to say anything now? Okay. I've got the wee one with me today, so we're working through some orders. The other thing I'm thinking about as well is this one here, because the dividers are removable, it does allow you to have that overflow space there. So, you know, for this one here, ideally I'm probably removing that out and chucking it in our pile, and then that drawers can actually fill up. The other thing I like about these containers as well, and I'll try and do my best job with one hand, is if I'm not sure if something's at the bottom of a container, obviously I can lift it up in the air and have a quick look in how things are working. You want to do something now? What would you like to do?
So I gave my dad one of the cards
One of the cards.
Supermarket, and
The supermarket, yes.
And it's stuff more.
Yes. Now, for anyone who's overseas, this is called Brainwashing Your Child. But also, this is a lovely series of collectible cards from Disney, and obviously I had to keep the Darth Maul one. And we've been going about collecting.
It's for my dad.
It is for me, yes. And what movie is it from?
Star Wars.
Yes. Have you seen any Star Wars movies?
Yes.
Yes, we managed
Just one.
Just one. We managed to sit through the Phantom Menace without anyone getting scared by a red alien. So yes, that's some of the thinking for this. And that's the thinking for this. And I have a small child climbing all over me at the moment while I'm trying to pick an order. So, you know, these are the distractions we've got to deal with. So we'll get back to picking the order and catch up with you in a bit. Just got back from a bit of an outing, and we picked up these new little storage containers, and I think I really was liking the look of them. Just with the 4 tubs at the bottom, and for the price they were, is pretty cheap. And we also managed to find what I believe is 2 Dragonborn Paladins and 2 Rangers, both ones that have sold pretty quickly. So it was nice to find some of those and get them into the store as well. So these are going to become a couple of more of the used organisers sitting on the desks. And it's the time of the week for our giveaway. So these are for the 3 Star Wars brickheads, and the winner is Rob H2562. So congratulations, you are the winner of our brickheads giveaway. And if you could please get in touch with us over on Instagram and provide an address for shipping, then we'll get those out to you. And if it becomes unclaimed for a week, we will redo the giveaway. And if you've been watching these videos, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and check out this video.